Hi guys, welcome back. So today in this video, we will discuss what are the best practices for Salesforce Screen Flow, how to use the Salesforce Screen Flow, and what are the best practices points you keep in mind while designing your screen flow. So when designing and building screen flow in Salesforce, follow the best practices to help ensure they are user-friendly, efficient, and maintainable. Here are the key points. That is, plan the flow structure. First point is yours. That is, plan the flow structure. Map out the process. Before building the flow, outline the steps, structure of the flow, identify decision points, inputs, and output toward rework. User journey focus. Design the flow from the perspective of the end user, ensuring it's intuitive and avoid unnecessary steps. Second point is that is keep screen simple and focused. Minimize field per screen. Don't overwhelm users with too many inputs on a single screen. That is, it might should be a multiple number of screens are there. They can enter some details. That is, suppose you have a screens like user academic record, then personal information, then it should not be your say on the single screen. It might be you have to using two or three screen. That is, first you have to enter the personal information, then you have to enter academic record, then you have to enter some another record, another section. That this is how you can do. That is, don't overwhelm. Okay, break down complex data entry onto multiple similar screens. Okay, simpler screens. Use informative labels and help text. Ensure that labels, instructions, and help text are clear so users understand what is expected at each step. Leverage conditional visibility. Show fields only when needed. Use conditional visibility to show height field dynamically based on the user input. Let's say I'm selecting the state, okay, as a Uttar Pradesh. Then in the street it might show some like Varanasi, Allahabad, Noida, like these type of options. When I am selecting the state as a like suppose another, then it will be shown on different. It should not be that based on conditional visibility, it your state and street are different. Okay, it means as show fields only when needed. Dynamic screen guidance. Adjust the flow in real time based on earlier choices, creating a customized experience for users. Validate input early. Field validation. Add validation rules or logic on screen components to ensure the data entered by user is correct before moving to the next screen. Prevent errors. Check for missing or incorrect data at each step rather than the end of the flow. Use decision element wisely. Efficient logic. Use decisions element to control flow branching but avoid overcomplicating with too many branches. Keep the flow logic simple as possible. Reusability. When possible, structure design to be reused across multiple parts of flow. Optimize for performance. Minimize unnecessary steps, avoid unnecessary screens, decisions, and lookup to improve the flow performance and user experience. Limit API calls and queries. Avoid adding too many SOQL queries or DML operations inside the flow to prevent hitting Salesforce governance limits. Use screen flow for user interaction. User-centric flows. Screen flow should focus on gathering input from users and guiding them through a process. For backend logic or complex automation, consider record trigger flow, schedule trigger flow instead. It means that for a user interaction, use screen flow, and for backend logic or complex automation, you can use consider record trigger flow or schedule trigger flow. Okay, test for different user profile. Profile testing. That is, ensure that the flow works correctly for users with different profile, roles, and permissions. Check in multiple environments. Test the flow across sandbox environment to catch issues early. Okay, use the flow for reusability. Modular design. Break down large complex flow into smaller reusable subflow. This makes your flow easier to manage and maintain. That is reusability. Subflow allows for the reuse common processes for reducing duplication and ensuring consistency across flow. Error handling and user messaging. Graceful error handling. To handle the error, you can use a fault path and actions and decision to gracefully handle errors. Provide user with clear, actionable error messages if something goes wrong. Guide users when errors occur. Instead of just showing an error occurred, you give user next step or redirect them back to correct the issue. Okay, it will be show the do a fault path to show the user what he make a mistake in the screen flow, so that he can able to go back and write some input logic to, let's say I've just adding a validation for the phone number should be 10 digit, but user input the 9 digits. When he hits next or save button, it might error occur, that is phone number should be your 10 digits. They go back and correct the issue. Then user press go back, it might be check the cell input should be correct 10 when he inputs 10 digits and press enter save, the records are being created like this type. Okay, maintain flow documentation. Document complex logic. For complex flow, include descriptions and comments to explain the purpose of each element and decision point. This will help you and others understand and maintain the flow in the future. Version control. Use Salesforce Flow for versioning to keep track of changes and create new versions rather than overwriting existing flows. Accessibility and mobile optimization. Ensure accessibility. Ensure that your flow is accessible for all users, including those using screen readers or assistive devices. Mobile friendly. Test your flow on mobile devices to ensure it's responsive and easy to use across platform. Debugging and testing. Use debug mode. Salesforce provide a flow debug mode that allows you to test the flow interactively and check the issues before deployment. Test for all paths. Simulate multiple scenarios in testing to ensure that all decision branches and error conditions are covered. By following these practices, you can create screen flow are efficient, user friendly, maintainable, ensuring a smooth experience for user. This is how you can. These are the best practices for designing your Salesforce screen flow. I hope you will like this video. Please hit like and subscribe my channel and stay tuned for the future updates. If you want this PDF or if you want to document, just wrote down in the comment section. I will provide the document to your mail ID. Thank you guys.